Hello, and welcome to another edition of Paradigm Insights. This is an opportunity for me to put questions to our lender partners to provide you, our members, with a wider understanding about a lender's drivers, culture, values, and decision making. Today, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Ollie Smith, who is the Strategic Partnership Manager at Vida Homeloans. Welcome, Ollie.
Hey, Richard. Thanks for having me on. Glad to be here.
Pleasure. Thank you for doing this. So Ollie brings over a decade of experience across major lenders and distributor relationship management. And in his current role, he leads the high value intermediary and network partnerships, driving commercial growth and enhancing Vida's presence in specialist mortgage segments. And as for Vida, more than ever before, borrowers need a lender that will react and respond when they are faced with financial complexity. Vida is the mortgage lending specialist with a clear focus on helping customers in their home ownership journey, unraveling complex situations and making the process clear and simple. Working exclusively with expert intermediary partners like Paradigm, obviously, Vida combines cutting-edge technology with skilled and caring people to deliver an efficient and differentiated customer experience. So I've got some questions for you, Ollie, 5 in total. We might as well crack on with them.
Yep.
In the context of today's market conditions, how do you see high loan-to-value lending evolving, and what specific initiatives are Vida undertaking to support customers in this space?
Yeah, I think it's it's certainly a growing market. I mean, in terms of high loan-to-value, defined as loan-to-values above 90%, it's actually reached the highest level since 2008 financial crisis. And I think more than ever, it's becoming a prominent feature of the UK mortgage market, with more and more lenders coming into that space. But equally, it's needed with house price growth and wages not reaching there, and for it being hard, especially for renters, to save that deposit. You know, I'm not saying anything new here, but it's up to lenders like us and others to come up with innovative solutions to help that. So following up from that question there, what are we doing? So we launched a product a few months back now called Free and Easy. Now, Free and Easy essentially is a product which allows clients to go up to 97% loan to value. I mean, that is, anybody can have access to that effectively. However, it is specifically designed for the long-term renters or first-time buyers, enabling home ownership with that minimal deposit. We have also expanded how we can help maximum borrowing across our other loan-to-value tiers through 95 and 90% as well. But that coupled with an increased loan-to-income multiple. So we do also now go up to 7 times loan-to-income, as long as that application does have a minimum of £60,000 income, whether that's single or joint or basic or bonus, however that's made up, we can potentially go up to 7 times loan-to-income. So those two coupled together hopefully does enable more people to get on.
Yeah. Shifting context a little bit, we looked at right to buy and the changes in the right to buy scheme at the end of last year. Have you observed any notable shifts in market activity here or customer demand in this area?
It's an interesting one. I mean, following the significant changes of the right to buy back end of last year, it's predicted that the consumer demand was going to drop by about 75%, and it's going to hit probably the South and London heaviest, is kind of what was reported. We do still offer right to buy, and actually we did have quite a high completion volume for it, but I think that was a tail end. But it's something that we do still offer, and it is still there for the right people. But I think what we are seeing potentially more of is more of that demand in other parts of schemes, for example, shared ownership and other things along those lines.
Yeah, got you. And talking of other areas, obviously there's been a significant increase in visa approvals since 2019. Yep. What role do you think lenders can play in supporting newly arrived residents in getting access to mortgage products, and how is Vida responding to this, what I suppose is basically an opportunity?
Yeah, I think that the reality is it is still an underserved part of the market as it stands. I think probably one of the barriers there is somebody's time new into the UK does have its downside of they will have less of a credit profile footprint. Now, alongside that, it's up to us as lenders in terms of what our risk appetite looks like and how comfortable we are pushing up that risk curve. However, from from sort of research that we've done both internally and externally, we've been able to make some fairly significant changes at our end. So we've broadened our proposition, so we now allow 12 different visa types, for example, and we do also go up to 90% loan to value for people on a visa. So we are able to help more people now than ever. And, the usual, if they're EU or EAA or along those lines, they get our normal loan to value, so all the way up to 97%. So we've certainly improved in that area. There's probably still a bit of way to go, and probably from other lenders as well, collectively, to support this underserved market.
Yeah. Okay. Can we we'll just switch direction for the last couple of questions. I want to look at the buy-to-let market. Obviously, that was forecast to decline in purchase activity, but grow in remortgaging volumes at the start of the year. Have you seen this trend materialize from your perspective, and has it influenced your strategy at all in what you're offering here?
Yeah, it has slightly. So in terms of the purchase, yes, it has been down. I mean, I think UK Finance at the start of the year did predict purchase to be down by about 7%, and but conversely, looking at remortgages to go up, and we absolutely have seen that. And I think a lot of that has been driven from, portfolios becoming more stable, rates going down. And I think the average yield is just under 7% across the UK at the moment. So actually, if you're looking at the rate of return from savings per property, it is still a very attractive proposition. But yeah, absolutely, the remortgages very much the side you're seeing it, whether it's a like-for-like remortgage, pulling money out and going against where we go to 85% loan to value, you do find a lot of landlords looking to take advantage of that and pull money out of that property to either reinvest, or it could even be that they purchased a newer property 6 months ago or so, redone work via a short-term loan and need to refinance onto a long-term deal now, for example. So it's definitely a growing part of the market for us on the remortgage.
Okay, so looking ahead, where do you see, or where does Vida see the most promising growth opportunities within buy-to-let?
Yeah, I think there's probably still a few areas. Things like HMOs and multi-unit blocks obviously are returning significantly higher yield. And because of that, we've actually enhanced our propositions up to 8 bedrooms on expats and not expats, sorry, on HMOs and multi-unit blocks. So we are able to help those significantly better. In terms of other parts of the market, we do things like expat as well, and I think this will be a growing part of the market. One to watch as well is things like consumer buy-to-let in the places where previously have been slightly dropped off from some lenders, and something that we are looking to get back into as well in the not too distant future.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. Just before we finish, for anyone listening to this thinking, oh, 97% LTV, 7 times, etc., how do they get in contact with you? What's the best way of them getting in contact with you, or best way of finding you, basically?
Yeah. Of course, so head to our website is probably the best way, and that's where you'll get directions for all ways to get in touch with us. But essentially, you've got this team now. This team is called the V Hub. The V Hub can be contacted by phone or email, and they're there as a one-stop shop for everything, basically. So they can help you case shape it before it comes in, help you whilst it's in, and do escalations and all the bits that you need to do. So head to the website, and V Hub is where you need to head to.
All right, brilliant. Ollie, great to see you. Thank you for your time, and we'll catch up again soon. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Richard. Bye-bye.